Morning. Let's see. What does this thing say today? I can't read it. What does it say? I can't read that. It says great something. I don't know. Anyways, great morning? No. I don't know what it says. All right. Got my coffee and I'm headed to an interview. And then it's just a day of go, 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 go. But jumping on here real quick. So I was going through the reels. Hold on, I have to have my sip. Hold on. It's so good. It is good. I'm sorry. But no, I'm not sorry. It really is good. Where can I start? I have no idea. Okay, so I was looking at my reels this morning, just kind of going through and checking everything out, and I came across a reel of this lady that I follow who lost her son about 11 months ago. I think it's been that long, I'm not sure, but she was talking about how she looks at grief like it's a person. She refers to her grief as a her, and she talks about how the grief just came in uninvited and just sits down beside her all the time, never gives her any room, always on top of her, always demanding. And she realized that the grief didn't want to be there either, but they're there and they're not going anywhere and they have to coexist. I just thought that that was a very unique way to look at grief. Especially, somebody like me or you that deals with that or is dealing with it. I just never have looked at it that way, like it's a person and it's just attached to you. You always hear about waves in the ocean, being referred to it as that. When you learn to kind of like surf through the waves as they come. And I've always kind of related to that, because it does feel like that. I mean, you don't know when the wave's coming, and when the wave just comes up, you just kind of like realize that's what it is, and it's gonna go right over you, and you just have to learn how to hold your breath, swim parallel to the shore, and make it through it. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's taken a long time. For that lady, 11 months, me, 11 years. Takes a really long time. But anyways, however you need to get through it, do it. I remember when my grandmother passed away, and this was before we lost Rachel, and I used to talk to my granny every day. I'd call my granny up like, hey, Granny, what you doing? I mean, we would talk about nothing. But she was that part of my life that I needed every day. And after she passed away, it was like I didn't know how to deal with it. So you know what I did? Picked up the phone anyways, and I pretended to call her. And I'd be going down the road. Back then you could talk on your phone in your hand. You can't now, but you could back then. And I would call her up and I would say, hey, Granny, and I would talk to her like I actually dialed the numbers and someone actually picked up, which didn't. I think that lasted for like a week or two, and then I finally said, okay, she's not gonna answer me and there's really no point of doing it. But I tried it. And when I lost Rachel, that was a little bit different type of grief for me. And I don't know, probably a year and a half, I went to Rachel's grave every day. And like that first year was really, really hard, because I think we've touched on this before, that I was in bargaining station. I was in bargaining stage where I was going to bargain with God. I was going to get her back. I was going to find a way. I was going to make a way. We missed something. We didn't do something. We were going to rewind, go back, fix that. Everything would be perfect. And I was going to get her back here. I mean, I was. And I would have done anything to get her back. And so I went through that. I guess they call that the the denial stage. But you just kind of deal with it, and you have no choice. You have no choice. You have to go through it. And whatever it takes to get through it for yourself, you do it. You don't listen to what other people say. If they judge or don't understand, they don't have to understand. You understand. So you need to do it for yourself. But with that, I'm going back into the world to grace them with my presence. And hopefully I'll have a lot of content for you guys coming up. We'll see. Stay tuned. Bye.